Hi, and welcome back to the Hypermine modded server. Just before I wanted to record, I suddenly had a bowl of soup in front of me. Man, that is distracting, but that will be kind of our intro. I have a bowl of soup, you don't. I hope you have a bowl of soup. We are back on the Hypermine modded server, and I wanted to do some some tweaks today. I have to show some stuff I did, and we will do some other things that I need to do before we can go on and do some more modded stuff. But you can also see that I did something. I added one of the crafting monitors and one of the crafting terminals here. And I started to empty out my chests, or the chests I have here with all the materials. And I started to put that into my AE system. Also, we had a visitor. Someone is saying he's watching me sleep. And I say, have fun. I'm making videos on this server, so I'm not really afraid of you watching me sleep. But he put down some more signs somewhere. Hi there, and somewhere back behind my no, don't go down there now. Somewhere behind my Mac is a big sign with explosions on there, and that was a bad fortune. Yesterday a creeper blew me up again there, and I had to redo some stuff. But people, my soup will get cold here, and so I'll make a shortcut, eat my soup, prepare some stuff, and then I will be back and we will start to do some things. Now everything is wrong. I just had a Asian noodle soup with duck and all that stuff, and this stuff is spicy. So, we have to we have to work through this now. Okay. let me show you what I did. I already told you about this stuff, and most stuff we have down here. So I started to add some machines to the AE network. I have the redstone furnace here with an interface, and I have this put up to pulverize ores, make them into ingots. Very slow for the moment, nothing really too fast. I will go with this for now, because everything else would be too not too expensive, too complicated for now. Let's go with an easy way for now. we have to look for iron anyways. I'm out of iron. I'm crazily out of iron, and I really have to find a way to kind of get rid of that problem. I have a lot of stuff and good ores, all the things. Iron, nothing here. And the applied energistic stuff is really taking up the iron. So I have to find a way to solve this. Normally I would go with, don't know, what would I go with? What is producing iron? What did we use on Technical Beast? Quarries. Yeah, quarries. And don't know. What else did we use? God, I can't remember anymore. No problem. We will solve that. We will go with a combination of bushes, and I have to see there is soul shards in the mod. And maybe I will try to get soul shards and then get some mob spawners going, and then maybe add a system from Mine Factory Reloaded to that, and then spawn things in. I don't know how that would work out now, but I believe we have nothing that can move spawners, so I really have to get going, or I have to get the mobs, kill them, soulbound and all that stuff. So that's a plan for the future. But you can see I did something for to get more energy. These are heat generators from mechanism generators, and I I love mods that bring you energy sources that cost nothing. I even love them more when the generator itself does cost nothing. This is a bit of wood, a bit of iron, a bit of osmium. Nothing else. I don't know the recipe. Let me show you the recipe. By the way, I turned off NEI because I was doing experiments with pneumatic craft, and pneumatic craft really needs your whole screen. Here, that's everything. That's this generator. It's not a lot of energy, but the only thing you need to do is put a bit of lava next to it and it produces energy. So I will happily go with the heat generators for now, because the moment I'm not using up a lot of energy, I would say. The AE system is still at yeah, see, 17 megajoules, and my my windmills are still producing 20 or so. I think we will take a look, because I also added another. That is typically that is. I added another windmill here. So we are good for now. We are really good for now. Fun thing is, with the energy I'm also producing lava, and with the lava I can produce more energy. It's so nice. It's so nice. Okay, what I wanted to do is I want to get a pulverizer and an interface going for this system here. I also want to add another pulverizer to automatically make sand. We need also a lot of sand, and that's why I have this ignis extruder here. This ignis extruder is producing cobblestone, as long as there is I think under 512 cobblestone in the system. If there's more than 512 cobblestone in the system, it will just stop producing them. Everything is fine. So my system is not overflowing with cobblestone. The same will be used for sand. I will use a system, just a normal pulverizer. I will stick yeah, cobblestone in there, and the pulverizer will produce sand and gravel. I also use up gravel because I later want to add a system that kind of automatically produces the energy conduits and the binder and all the stuff I need for that. And I will have to make a bigger machine room here. For now, I think I will just go with this here, make this line, and then we at one point have to move somewhere else anyways. So let me produce the machines that we need, more interfaces, and maybe get some more iron, because for the patterns I also need iron. So I will be back in a second. Okay, I found some iron, and now I want to set up because again, it happened again. I want to set up a pulverizer to get sand. So everything we need to do, I don't know if you might all know that. I will do it anyways. Okay, pulverizer. Setting it up, I want to have the output for both of these slots on the bottom. Input on the top. By the way, you also can push this shift and left click on this, and you will get rid of all the things in there. So the normal setup, add an import bus on the bottom, change it to stack mode, just a bit of an export bus on the top. I'm always using precision export buses. It is not necessary, but I'm always using them. So don't tell me that that they are. I'm saying that because after the last video, I built my Mac. I built this nice Mac here. It is big, yeah, I know. First, I'm getting messages about go crazy, make don't know crazy stuff. When I do crazy stuff and crazy big stuff and unnecessary big stuff, and this is only a Mac, only a Mac, nothing special. I get messages, don't make it so big, it's totally unnecessary. I know that you all only have the best in mind to tell me that this thing is too big. Yeah, I know it is too big. It is unnecessarily big. Most of the people told me 5x5 is big enough, and that is true. 5x5 is big enough. But I thought, go for more. The only message I got was from Theo Lone Wolf. Lone Wolf is one of the administrators for this server, and he told me that it could be too big for the server because it seems there was once a version where the bigger the Mac, the more lag. But I checked with him, and he said everything's fine. So I will leave it this big. Don't complain. So okay, we have the pulverizer now. The only thing we now need to do is tell him to pulverize sand, and you can already see he's producing sand for us, pulverizing cobblestone, and he's producing sand for us. So sometimes there will also be gravel, but that is okay. Again, we need that too. Now we grab a bit of sand from here, and now we set up our level limiter. We need a bit of a connection here, and we need to put it there. This level emitter, once we set it to low mode, will emit a redstone signal. At the moment it emits a redstone signal all the time because it is not really defined, but we can go and say, okay, we want to have always 256 sand in the AE system, and that's what we tell him, 256 of sand. And if you have more than 256 sand, it will put out a redstone signal. And because we just set the pulverizer to be only active when there's no redstone signal, it will work as long as there's not 256 sand in the system. So that is working for us. The next thing I want to set up is a pulverizer and an interface, and again interface. I need one interface, and I again need one of the import buses. It is handy to have that thing, but as I'm always saying to my viewers, I am not a really big fan of this. But for now, we will not care about that. And we need some... Oh, I have iron in there. Whew, I have more iron in there now. So we need more patterns. I have 9. Oh, I ordered some. So, but we will order 10 more. What am I missing? I think I'm still missing glass. That's my main problem, and we will solve that now by going to say I want to have at least 1 glass. Okay, I have 6 glass. So we will say that we have sand, we want to have glass. We encode that into a pattern, and now we go to this interface here. This is my interface. This is an interface for this redstone furnace. And now we can just tell it to use this pattern. And whenever we need sand now. Oh, by the way, you can see that here's cobblestone coming in from the from the igneous extruder back there. So whenever we need glass, it will put sand into this redstone furnace, we'll cook it up, and we have glass. That's good, because now I don't have to care for glass anymore. So this pulverizer will have a special role. We are doing something that is So you know, this export bus is putting ores into this pulverizer and pulverizing it so that we have double the amount of ores. I'm doing that in this way because normally I have set up my system that I say I have a pulverizer. This pulverizer will get all the ores and will make it into pulverized metal. And then the AE system will take all the pulverized metal and take it out of the pulverizer and put it into a redstone furnace. And here I have it different. It's not a special thing, but I'm putting it in here and it's automatically transferred into this redstone furnace. That is possible. And yesterday I thought about what can I do to solve my problem. My problem is that if I ever have pulverized metal in the system, it will be automatically put into a redstone furnace if we use the first method. I had that on Technical Beast, and on Technical Beast I decided to go a bit of a different route, to take an AE system in front of my AE system and put all the metals in there and make a lot of stuff in a kind of a front office AE system. But here we can solve all this front office by just using this way. Now on Technical Beast everything was different because I tried to use normal furnaces with chimneys to get nice smoke effects and all that stuff. But here we can just go with this. It makes this all a lot easier. Again, because sometimes you need pulverized metals in your system, and yeah, I kind of want to solve that by using a different pulverizer to pulverize just the ingots. I need pulverized gold, then throw in a gold ingot here, and out comes the pulverized metal. So no automatic dust smelting, kind of. That's a thing I don't want to have. Okay, again, we have to set it up in not in a special way, but again, here we can just say ignore the redstone signal, and we again say orange on the bottom. Easy way, and this, all the clicking. And we put an interface on top. The interface can be directional, so it can say that everything just counts for this machine, but we're using one interface for one machine and don't have everything around there, so no problem here. I will set, by the way, I will set this to no redstone signal because I'm still have the fear that this thing also kind of works for adjacent blocks. I don't know if that's the case, but if it is, I don't have a problem here now. Okay, so we need more. We need more patterns. I want to have 2 patterns for now, because sometimes you need. What is happening here? Well, I have. Sometimes there's weird lag on the server. Okay, sometimes you run out of Certus quartz, for example, and run out of Certus quartz dust, but mostly you have, as far as I know, more Certus quartz than the Certus quartz dust, because Certus quartz dust is again used for fluix dust and all that stuff. And I want to make a pattern to automatically pulverize the dust here, so that if there is not enough dust, then a machine jumps into the process and we can just pulverize this. Okay, next thing I want to do is I want to have a pattern to use. Okay, do we go? I think we will go with an automatic process again. For that we need something else. I will have to test that. Okay, let's first make the patterns here. Let's go and take a look at the Certus quartz dust. You can see in a crusher or in a pulverizer we will get one Certus. We will put in 1 Certus quartz and get 1 Certus quartz dust. I have to look that up because I don't know if the pulverizer also doubles the dust there. I don't think that's the case, but better safe than sorry. So quartz dust, nether quartz dust. It's the same. Okay. So again, we just use 1 nether quartz to make 1 nether quartz dust. This, by the way, is the thing we needed anyways for, because we don't get nether quartz dust by just pickaxing the nether quartz. So okay, that is in there. Now we can go and build a sack mill. I will gather the stuff and I will be back in a second. I don't really have to prepare stuff. It's the AI system makes stuff so easy sometimes. And with any AI in combination, it makes it especially easy, and it's especially sorry, I again have to say that boring for me, because in the early days we had to just go and we had to make the stuff to after before we could make a pattern out of it, and then all this stuff. With any AI, we can now just say, okay, I want to have this thing. Press the shift, press the question mark there, and then just encode it. So I don't even have to have all the materials for the recipe here. By the way, the next thing, let me see. I want to tell it. Yeah, this is what I want to tell it next, because I don't have all that stuff. Okay, we want to use a sag mill. A sag mill again is from Ender.io. Again, Ender.io is it is such a cool mod. The sag mill can use sand, and now we have unlimited sand. Can use sand and make it into these. Where are they? These things. Silicon from Ender.io. And in this pack, it is possible to use one of these silicons, and I can turn it into this silicon from Applied Energistics. We need this silicon. for a lot of stuff like the advanced processors and the normal processors and all that stuff. And with the normal applied energistic recipe, I would have to use one of the quartz dusts to make the silicon. But that would waste my quartz dust. And if I have unlimited sand, I can just use a sag mill, make these things out of it, and then run it through the whole process. We will set up something like, yeah, we did before. I need one more cable. Give me one sag mill. The system should be able to just make one now. It is. Sag mill done. Give me a level emitter. I brought that into the system too. By the way, for this we will do something else. Let me get... I didn't tell him how to make redstone torches. And I should change that. Normal stick from Minecraft, normal redstone. And done. So clear that I need cable for this. Cable's also in there. I can... Next thing I will do is get cable, get it to make cable. Okay. The sag mill also runs out of... runs from RF. So it is loading. Not slow, but I don't mind. You can see 2000 RF. That is okay. And again, this is one thing I didn't... I used it on Technical Beast, so this shouldn't be a problem. I hope they didn't change anything here. Okay. Stack mode. We will again use sand in here. It is running. This thing is not fast, but it doesn't have to be fast because it can just constantly run and do things for us. So just let it run. Only thing is, we grab again one of the silicons. Silicon. Just one. And don't know how many will I need. I don't really know. Let's go for 64. Just 64. 64 silicon. If we have 64 silicon in the system, this thing here will automatically stop because it can be told to run, you can see, active without signal. If it gets a signal, it is off. This makes life so much easier. Okay. Yeah, people. Let me take a look at the recordings, and then I will see you back. Okay, people. I recorded for too long, and that is okay. I think we achieved something today and made a bit of technical stuff here. I hope you are happy with that, and if you are happy with that, then please leave a like, share the video, subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in the next video. See ya, guys.